Holy shit.
Fuck, bro.
Scared the shit out of me.
So intense.
Is that loud?
Yeah.
Oh, just a little bit louder.
It scared the shit out of me.
No gunshots in the Pompeians view.
Anyway.
That was fucking sick. I don't know, that was fucking loud, but...
Just wait 1 sec. Just hold your headphones back a sec.
That was alright.
Was that right?
Yeah.
To illeqwip.
That was a bit louder.
That's
okay?
It's good.
Alright.
It's alright. It's okay. Alright, ready to go?
Yeah, welcome guys.
Alright,
Thanks.
here we are. Ill-Equipped podcast number...
Cheers.
Josh.
Number 4.
4.
Number 4.
What a guess.
Mark Pompei.
What a guess.
The bro. The mysterious, actually. You're a mysterious guy.
I'll try to be. No, well, actually,
I
I
don't
do.
think
Yeah.
you do. I don't think you do try to be. I think you are. You just are mysterious. You've
Maybe
got your online presence, and you're always around at shows, everything like that. But
Yep.
there's something about you. It's just like, who is he?
Who is that guy?
Who is he?
Yeah.
So who the hell are you?
I don't know. I'm Mike Pompei. My name's Michael. I'm from Glebe.
G'day, Michael.
I've got some fucking good friends, 2 of you included.
Yo.
Mr. Peace, Mr. Hazy.
Yeah.
Ill-Equip lads.
Yo.
Yeah, man. Fucking just a young lad from the area, pretty boy from the area.
The Glebe area.
The Glebe area. Yeah, not the area, the Glebe area.
Yeah, which is still a pretty area.
I guess so.
What was?
It's a dichotomy. It always has been. It's a good split down the middle. I would say Pimont Bridge Road. If you're facing the city, you got on the right, it's predominantly just housing commission.
Yeah.
And on the left, it's predominantly students and wealthy people. Like big old terraces.
students.
Yeah, well, some wealthy students. I'm sure there's some wealthy students in there. But yeah, it's always been like that. That's what I kind of love about it. So half my mates are always kind of, well-to-do kids with wealthy parents, sometimes wankers. And and
Shout out my homies.
Yeah, and then the other half were like how-to kids. So
Yeah.
and I literally grew up on that dividing road. So I guess I'm in the middle. That's my vibe.
So living in one place, I mean, your whole life, you obviously don't know anything else, but did you ever want to get the hell out of Glebe or get the hell out of Sydney or?
No, I love Glebe.
Yeah.
I've always loved Glebe. I've moved out a few times,
Yeah.
over to the east and shit. Coogee, moved to, I was kind of living in with a girl for a bit, like on and off in like Sydenham, kind of St. Peter's area for a bit. That's not so bad, still in the west, but Coogee is fucking weird. It just felt like I was just pigeonholed in this place, and I was like, yeah, I'll be mad. I'll be right next to the beach and shit. I swear I went to the beach in a year. I went to the beach about 10 times.
Yeah.
So
It's Little Island.
it is Little Island. But yeah, I always moved back to Glebe, man. So I mean, my family's kind of like predominantly from. My mum's side of the family is predominantly from like La Perouse-ish area.
Oh, okay. No
Yeah,
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So a lot of like got a kind of fairly heavy like influence over there with family and shit.
Yeah,
My
dope.
grandma and all of her siblings. It's a massive family. Lots of Koreas, a few Islanders and that just in the family.
That's epic.
Yeah. So my grandma's like considered like one of the aunties over there, And yeah, man. But then so in between La Perouse and Glebe is kind of where I spent most of my time.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, you're obviously, doing music and you're a rapper, but you're also, you do a bit of like directing with your own clips and that sort of stuff. Have you always sort of been into hip hop and wanted to make your own clips and music and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, I reckon I probably fell in love with rap when I was about 8 years old.
Damn, that's young.
Yeah, there was no real going back from that. I remember having one of the lads in primary school who was a bit older than me gave me NWA tape. Like just on
NWA tape?
Yeah, just like a cassette, like he dubbed for me.
Oh, yeah, true.
I remember going home and playing that and just mimicking it all for fucking ages. And then I remember my dad tying up my laces one time. I was probably like 8 or 9. Always, telling me that I tied them wrong or some shit. And I was just like, and the girl kneeled down and sucked my dick. And he was like, what the hell was that? Yeah, and I knew straight away as a 8, 9-year-old, like, fuck, if I tell him where that came from, he's going to confiscate the tape. So I just said, oh, one of my friends said it to me. Like, yeah, I think the first part goes, dope man, can I have another hit? And the girl kneeled down. It's something.
Yeah.
Banger that.
Yeah,
Such
yeah,
a banger.
Yeah.
Easy, that's him rapping on that one?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. Yeah. But, yeah, man, fucking... So, I've always wanted to make music and stuff, and I've kind of made it on and off for years and just kind of didn't really take it too seriously. And then there was points where I started taking it seriously and, like, felt like I got fucked over by people and shit, monetarily, artistically, blah, blah, blah.
Music industry, bro.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, it was not even really part of an industry at that point. It was just a fucking group of, mates, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But, I guess to some degree I stood out in certain, like, groups of people, and there was maybe some jealousy there and shit as well. So that maybe had a part in it.
True that.
Not trying to do anything, just trying to, bring my best to the table, but fucking shit happens. But whatever, and then, move forward. It's probably like 2015, I made a project with a lad in Melbourne. He produced it all, and
who was that?
Dazed.
Yeah.
We had a falling out over the vinyl with that, because we were meant to make vinyl and shit as well.
Wow. Go on vinyl.
Yeah, so
Big pressing.
Yeah, I mean, so 2015 was like, that was when I actually started, like, considering, I'm going to take this seriously and just do some shit.
Yeah.
Put my story on the table. But that didn't go down very well in the end, so yeah.
Hey, shit happens, man.
Lots of money in the vinyl, fucking... I made all the covers, ended up with all these covers.
What, just vinyl sleeves and then...
No vinyl.
No vinyl. You should just sold them as posters or something.
Yeah, well, fuck.
Mike Pompei, something poster.
Whatever. It's just...
Put someone else's vinyl in it.
Yeah.
Just sell a blank vinyl in it.
So, I mean, that left me with a pretty bad taste in my mouth, so I just, like, had to go and fucking respond to a bunch of DMs from people that had ordered vinyl and just said, go hit him up. It's got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, okay. Also, there was pre-orders and nothing was getting put out.
They were sold out, bro. Sold all the vinyl.
Whoa.
There wasn't any vinyl.
Could have made money on that.
Anyways, whatever.
Maybe he did, I don't know.
Yeah, but shit happens, so, keep moving forward.
That sounds like hip-hop to me, bro.
Yeah,
that sounds like a hip-hop journey to me.
Yeah, man. Well, fuck, I reckon all the trials and tribulations is what led me to this point, and where I can actually, like, that was a cool album, but it was just like, it wasn't really my pure, authentic self at that point. So maybe that wasn't meant to be the thing, So it was digitally released. We released it on CD and shit and whatnot as well. But it didn't. Once we had that falling out, I was just like, delete it all. Don't want any remnants of your name associated with mine.
Yeah.
And thankfully he fixed up everyone in the end after I made a bit of a fuss.
Well, that's a bit of credit to him. I mean, a lot of people wouldn't have done that.
Well,
if you want to call it credit or whatever, I don't know.
Well, yeah, as my my song, that cool cunt joint says, I'm not really bad. I'm a cool cunt. Yeah, so
what a banger.
There was possibly some ramifications there, but it wasn't. It would never go down like that. So thankfully, anyways, he just made shit right. And
yeah.
So yeah, man, and then just in the last, I guess, like fucking 18 months, really started kicking it off again and had some energy to get back into the swing of things artistically and, finally have some reflection to tell my story.
Well, you know what, it's like we've been friends for a few years. Yeah. And, you've done music the whole time I've known you. But I feel like recently, like end of last year, the start of this year, like, the songs and the videos you're putting out, like you've painted a picture, man. Like you actually have, and like you have image, and it's like digestible and it's enjoyable to watch and listen to, man. Like you should,
get comfy.
Get comfortable, bro. Like we're gonna be here for a while, so
yeah. Thanks, man.
But no, I mean it. Like everyone can just release music and put out singles after one another, but to even be releasing singles and them all be cohesive and sort of seem like they're coming from the same house, it's really cool, man. You're doing some cool shit lately, so
yeah, thank you, bro. I really appreciate that.
Cool cunt.
Tell
us about that. Where the fuck did that come from? Cool cunt. I mean, obviously you're a fucking cool cunt, but
I don't know. I think like I wrote that probably about 18 months ago, and I just wanted to like tell the story of like a lad that grew up around some fucking bad shit, but was not a bad person per se. Not that I think that lads in general are bad people. Like I might not look like it now, but I'm still a lad at heart. So I just kind of felt like I didn't want to be doing two things. I didn't want to tell people the same story that everyone else seems to be talking about, in the sense of like, oh, I've done this and done that, blah, blah, fucking, I've kind of, it's that staunch vibe. I've never been a staunch dude, really, you know what I mean? Like, the amount of fights I've been in my entire life, I can count on two hands, you know what I mean? And some of my mates, that amount of fights on two hands was like a week in their life, to give you some perspective of that. And I guess, man, I was always like the kind of like the person, the voice of reason in my group of friends, like trying to sort shit out and make sure there wasn't beef, and like, and sometimes there's nothing you can do, but like you can at least try to be present with them and listen to their story, and and just try your best. So anyways, I digress, but yeah, that song's about just being a cool dude, man.
Yeah.
And and I got fucking long ass hair now that I haven't cut for like 6 years. So
super long, G. Look at it.
Yeah. So
you got the mane.
Down to your belly button.
Yeah.
It's down to your belly button.
It actually is.
Look,
why would you use that point of reference?
Because I'm looking at it on the
That's true.
screen.
Your belly button.
And you can see, I'm like, fucking hell.
It actually is.
Yeah, it's dope.
It makes me think
dope,
of
man.
Suicide, that lad from Suicide
Oh,
Boys.
yeah, Ruby.
Yeah, not my intention, but I saw one of their videos again the other day. I was like, fuck, that cunt's got heaps long hair as well.
You got
Steve,
Ruby
yeah,
style
I
hair
said
for
it.
sure.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
Yeah.
I need to be heaps more evil with my raps.
Yeah,
Some
but
fr-
you do have not a dark image, but you've got kind of like an like, I don't know, demonic overlord sort of shine to aesthetics and the vision and all that.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. That's a good thing that I don't know how to phrase it, but
It's weird,
it
man.
looks fucking cool. That's
Yeah.
what it looks like.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah, I do all the artwork and shit myself, and
Yeah.
and try to have a hand in the videos and stuff. And yeah, man, I've always liked, I guess, like as far as art goes, like the dark stuff and the pain and the like anguish, and that's what I'm drawn to for some reason. I always have. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be graphic design, fucking visual art, graffiti. Like I'll look at the things that kind of have like a darker edge to it. So I mean, even with like fashion and shit, like I don't love a lot of colors. I like black and white and grays and like beiges and beiges.
Beige.
I can't even say that word, but
Beige.
yeah, man. So yeah, I kind of like, I guess I'm drawn to that. I always have been, and it just, I remember like drawing shit when I was a little kid, and it was just always just like skeleton faces and like decapitated people and shit like that. I reckon if like child psychologists were more prominent when I was a kid, I would have been in trouble. But like, it just goes to show you can't like judge a book by its cover, and you can't like try to peg a child as like a potential issue by the things they're interested in at the time. Maybe if I was killing animals and shit, it'd be a bit
Absolutely.
different.
I think someone should interject once a child starts harming any living
That's
creature.
it. But art is art, it's an expression of yourself. So
Yeah, man.
And it's, I liked fucking dark cartoons, all that kind of shit. Like Ren and Stimpy has kind of got a bit dark shit to it.
Love Ren and Stimpy, dude.
Comedy wise, I was always like British kind of comedy as opposed to American shit like Blackadder and shit.
I
like
knew
that.
you were
Yeah,
about to say Blackadder.
yeah. So it's always kind of got a dark
Fawlty
tone to it.
Towers.
Fawlty Tower, exactly, man. Even Fawlty Towers is like kind of happy-go-lucky, but it's still like this chaos.
Yeah, absolute chaos.
Yeah, it's not like a loving. It makes you anxious. So
Yeah.
Crazy racist if you go back.
yeah. Well, you fucking oath, man. It's the context of the time, I guess.
Everything was racist back then,
That's it. Yeah.
which is not good. But yeah, like you've got your you've got your mind in a few different areas. Like you're a graphic designer.
Yeah.
Like-
Art director, graphic designer.
That's what I mean. How did you get into design? Really, like I mean, obviously you've been drawing, dark pictures.
Yeah.
But you know, really like going, all right, I need to grab a computer and like learn these programs? And
Well, I went and studied. When I was about 21, I was about 20. I'd say 20. Just as I turned 20, I was pretty lost. I didn't really like have any direction of what I wanted to do. Like, I was like not a shit student at school. I was a pretty fucking good student in like English and history, modern history and ancient history and shit like that. And I like science and maths and shit, but I wasn't like, by year 12, I just fucking zoned out. I was just smoking bongs every day, like.
you.
And, you know, I had like a mate that lived around the corner from the school. We'd get cash from our parents for fucking sports or whatever, or lunch, and you just like, you know, save it up and go buy a fucking quarter, split it. And so that was like half of my year 11, year 12 was that. I may as well have just dropped out in year 10 really, but.
Definitely.
So yeah, like 19, 20, I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, and I think my dad said to me, like, just before my dad kicked me out of home at like about that same age, he was like, you should fucking go to TAFE and do design. Like, and I'm like, well, like, why do you think that? You know, like, for some reason he had some insight that I couldn't see, and I was like, okay. So I signed up and I did just like a basic design course, and which is like a bit of everything: architecture, fucking fashion, graphic design, furniture design. And like I nailed it all. It was just like in my blood. I just knew it was too easy for me. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do graphic design. Went and did graphic design, 3 years of that, advanced diploma, like nailed it, top of the year. Like, again, final year, didn't show up, fuck all. And just stayed home smoking and just nailed it, man. Like I think I've got a conceptual mind like that.
Yeah.
So I was going to be, that could have gone like two ways in that final year quite easily. Like my head teacher was just like, you're not showing any of your process for this final project, and it's the main project. And as soon as he said that, I was like, cool. And I just started coming in once a week to show him my process, and then just didn't go to any of the other classes and just went home and smoked bongs and fucking got
It's
it.
a creative process
Yeah.
in itself, my bro.
Got it all done, you know, and like made a cool piece about like refugees and like just the contradiction between like what Australia espouses in its national anthem and our history of being just from fucking all these different people that have come here, and then obviously the OGs, that, you know, First Nations people and that, and then, you know, kind of showed this just contradiction between like how foreign policy is versus you know what we pretend to be, and then put that in like a package of like a Amnesty International kind of package, you know.
Oh wow!
So it's all like pamphlets and shit to educate people as to posters, bill posters, bus posters, all that kind of shit. And my head teacher was just like, man, this is fucking genius. And I was like, well, fuck, thank you. Like I wasn't quite sure whether it would hit it made sense to me, but like I was like, all right. And yeah, man, so I just took a few sections from this national anthem and shit as well, and put that in like as like headlines, and then contrasted them with like imagery, you know, and then took all the photos myself and blah, blah, and yeah, he liked it. So
It sounds pretty complex for someone who's just bashing out hella cones all day.
yeah, I was just painting graph, man, and smoking weed before that, really.
Yeah.
And then I just said, fuck it, I want to do that. And then I guess at that point I started, because I had the fashion influence and all that other stuff in college, I started kind of broadening my horizons as far as, you know, what my artistic kind of ventures were. So I started getting more interested in fashion. I stopped rocking fucking polo and Nautica like exclusively, you know, and then, you know, there was a few boys around me that were like, you know, doing earns and shit and getting good fucking clothes, and like, so that I got schooled to like all the designer shit, you know, and it was still kind of laddish wear, but it was like high end shit, you know, like Versace tracksuits, Prada tracksuits, Gianfranco Ferry tracksuits, and you'd see the tags and shit on them and be like, what the fuck? That's a $3,000 tracksuit, you know, like
huge flex.
And I knew that, you know, like I got schooled to how you achieve these things. It's not you don't have $3,000, but you could get the tracksuit.
You can get the tracksuit. Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, there was that, and that's it, man. Really, that's kind of my schooling as far as like my official schooling.
Yeah, the official. I want to talk about the unofficial schooling because I know for a fact you know, you've been a painter for a long, long time.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, obviously growing up in the area you did, and a lot of your friends would have been graphing hard back then. What about you? Like, I don't know too much about your graph history or whatnot, but I know, you know, you've been doing it for a long time, and
Yeah, man.
few people know who you are.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Yeah, I don't even know if this is true what I'm saying. So
Yeah, no, well, fuck. I remember dropping tags when I was like, I think the first tag I dropped was when I was about 10 or 11 years old. And like, my best mate's name was Rowan, and we were in the same primary school and shit, and we just used to see all the like the Glebe boys tags and shit, and Redfern boys tags and the crews and stuff, and we just loved the style, and like they were always up in these markers, like these, like you'd see textures and shit obviously, but then there was these other markers which look like crayon, but then you'd rub them, and we were like picking paint chips off the wall and analysing them and shit at like 10, 11 years old.
What is this?
Yeah, we're like, how do... Because you know, crayons don't dry. They're like wet forever. And we're like rubbing them, and these things are dried. So, and they were like fluorescent, bright colours. And we're like... So we were like going around racking crayons from different places and like putting them next to all these other tags that we'd see in Glebe and shit, and fucking we're like, that's not it. And you're like drawing strokes next to them, like, fuck, when are we going to find this thing? And then eventually we found something similar, but it was like a wax, like an industrial wax marker, like a crayon kind of thing.
Yeah.
Still wasn't the right thing that we were looking for. And we just eventually we went and we started dropping tags around Glebe, which was just RAM, R-A-M, just capital letters writing, and it was Rowan and Michael. Yeah.
That's really cute, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. Shout out Rowan, still my best man.
Shout out Rowan, shout out Ram.
If I ever get married, that's my best man straight up. But
Yeah, boy.
yeah, man, he's a good guy. He's calmed down a lot now. He's got kids and shit.
True.
But
He's not flexing Ram.
he's not flexing Ram.
Anymore.
I'm definitely not flexing Ram either. But anyways, we found out that those were called Sakura solid markers, and then as soon as we found out that's what they were, it was over, and we just like started getting them all the time, and like, you know, you'd fucking spend your lunch money on a solid and go drop tags and shit, and time progressed, and you know, like went to high school, a few crews in high school and shit, painted with a few boys there. Again, you know, like I didn't go to like the worst high school in the world, but there were still boys rocking up to school in hotties and shit, and like doing little earns and stuff, and so I was exposed to all that at a fairly early age, you know, like 14, 15, and you know, always kind of thought it was red hot and just didn't, you know, I was around it, and I was, you know, I sat in a few cars and stuff, but I was never really responsible for anything, you know. I guess probably not responsible for myself as well, you know. It's a little bit irresponsible to be doing that shit, but that's what a young man does. And then finished high school, yeah. That's it, man. Yeah, I mean, learn the hard way. Definitely got on the wrong side of the law a few times, but nothing major. Nothing ever really too major. I guess I always kind of knew when the right time to bail was.
No time away?
Nah, never. Not for me. Sat in a few courtrooms to support other friends. Sat in a few courtrooms and got slaps on the wrist.
Yeah.
Just for tagging, painting, really. That's really the extent of my criminal history. As far as like, you know, actually getting busted for shit. And then, yeah, man, and then finished high school, started painting with a few older boys and shit, got kind of schooled to the, you know, to how shit goes down in, you know, Glebe, Redfern, Woolo, Waterloo, and kept painting from there, man. And I was just always a painter, you know, like, and I guess an artistic kind of dude, and that's kind of why people were drawn to me. Like, there's, you know, and in that area, I reckon there was a lot of, you know, people, graph writers are still staunch today, but there's far more hipsters today than there was then.
Yeah, right.
And not to say that hipsters are like synonymous with being pussies, but they're just more chill in general, I would say, as a stereotype. And lads in the, you know, early 2000s and shit were not chill, you know? They just weren't. just even like the assumptions about me and who I would hang around with and my name and shit. It was like I would hear people telling stories about me, and I'd be sitting there in the same party, like across from them, and I'd hear my name, and I would just let them talk, and they'd literally be, their eyes would be gazing over me, and they had no idea that that was me. And I'd listen to the stories, and I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. Like,
But just talking on your name, or like,
yeah, no, like not dissing me, but just like, I heard so and so did this. I heard they did this and that, and I'm like, nah, like
right there.
yeah, and I'm like there, man, like multiple times that happened, and I would just like, again, it's like what you're saying before, is this mystery, like, you know, this mysterious dude. I'm standing right next to you. You're talking about me to someone else without knowing that that's me. Like, I'd be painting sometimes, and kids would come, go, oh yeah, did you hear so and so did this? And I'm like,
that's me, bro.
yeah, and I'd be like, oh yeah, tell me more, you know, like.
That's cool, man. Playing your little like secret game.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been the person to red light myself for anything, you know. But I know from growing up in Glebe that just it's better to say nothing and listen and soak up the game, even if it's some young lad talking to somebody else. Just listen.
Always.
Yeah, I've got no reason to like big note myself or tell you I've done this and I've done that and hung around with these people. Like, no, I'm not interested in like clout. If I was interested in clout, I would have been like, people would have heard my name in rap a long time ago. Put it that way. You know what I mean? Like,
well, a lot of rap these days is clout driven, man. Like
is.
Everything's on the numbers, and you know, it is a bit about the quality, but you got to be like the whole package, you know, for people to really jump on board and
that's it.
Move with you and stuff like that. Like
100%.
You've got all those things, dude. But yeah, I know for a fact you're not a clout chaser, and
No, I'm not interested.
I feel like
in.
half of the mystery that you know you hold is from not being hungry to just be in front of people and be like, fuck, look at me, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's it.
you know, check this shit, whatever.
That's it.
You can still rock designer and, you know, have a crazy past and do all this shit, but not be real loud about it, you know.
There's no point.
That's
I
a lot
don't
more
quite get
respectful,
it.
I think.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's, you know, like, I guess that's one of the really good qualities my parents instilled in me is like, say please, say thank you, like listen, show respect. Doesn't matter if you don't get respect, show respect. You know what I mean? And that energy will like carry you into a good place in your life. Like you don't have to be like, there's been times in my life where people have disrespected me and my ego's been sparked and I've done stupid things, and ultimately it's never really made me feel better. So the disrespect makes me feel shit because my ego's ignited. Then I do something to try to like get the respect back or whatever I'm fucking trying to achieve, and I feel shitter. So I'm like, why do I do this? What's the point? Like I've no interest in doing that. I'm just gonna like keep it moving, you know, like.
Yeah.
And you know, same deal. Like I've never really like cancelled people out of my life. I just like, cool, you going your way, I'm going my way. If we see each other in the street again, what up? What's on? You know, like, how are you? I'm not the kind of person to bar people, you know what I mean? Like, there's a big, like, cancel culture now specifically, and...
Oh, I get hot about that shit, man.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, me too. It just, I don't know. I think we're going in I think humanity's going into a better place, but we're in a, like, chaotic period at the moment before it all evens out, so it's just part of the process, you know?
But also, man... Fuck, we got it so good.
We do.
Like our lives, bro, we're so soft. Like we can do whatever the fuck we want whenever we wake up. You know, if you're on top of your shit, you can do whatever you want.
Fucking oath. This is the most exciting time to be alive. Really,
it's incredible, man. It's the easiest, and you know, obviously there's a lot of people going through a lot of hardcore shit, but it's like
without a doubt.
You know,
I say that from a point of privilege. You know what I mean?
Fully.
It's an exciting time to be alive.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess when I say that, I also mean on a deeper level. If you look at like the history of humans. Like, we've gone through fucking shit forever, you know, living in fucking serfdom, you know, fucking the whole Chinese continent, 99.9% of them just slaves, grandparents slaves, giving all their money to the fucking communist regime. You know, Australia, like fucking, you know, my grandma grew up on the beach in a shack, you know, like down La Perouse. Like, yeah, like they had nothing. Like fucking nothing. Her dad came from America, allegedly did some shit in America, fucking came here, stowed away on a boat, changed his name, fucking set up a shack on fucking La Perouse Beach.
Wow.
Because, you know what I mean?
That's
like,
amazing.
I'm living in a house. You know what I mean? Like, she lived in a shack, like dirt floor. Like,
I've been to your house, man. You got a nice house.
yeah, it's not it's not bad. I mean, that was, again,
It's not bad at all.
that was like a
nice,
shit, again, that was like a shit house.
Yeah.
But slowly over time, my dad like put fucking effort into it, you know, and like,
yeah.
and I just, you know, like when I moved back in, my mum got sick a few years ago and like passed away, and I had to move back in to help her, you know. So, you know, it's just, so that's my family house, and that's kind of like, I guess I always kind of go back to wherever I go, I come back there, you know. It's just, it's home beyond the physical structure of a home, you know. I have a house.
I kind of feel like that every time I've been there. I'm just like, yeah, okay, this is Pompei's family home.
Yeah, that's
this
it.
This is the house.
That's it, man. Yeah, there's a lot of good energy in that house, you know.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Keep that energy alive forever, bro. Like,
Yeah, sick cunt.
That's really good.
Yeah, my dad's dad bought that house for like £5,000 or some shit in like the 60s, you know. Yeah.
As cheap as.
Yeah, and it was just it was like a rundown old brick house, you know. You just like slowly painted it up, and it's a nice place now. I would say it's like what makes it nice, like the garden's shit, the front of it's falling apart. What's nice about it is the energy in it, really, more than anything, you know. Like, but yeah, I know how other people survive, and it is ultimately like a good space to live in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
plus, you know, you're in your area still. Like,
That's it, man.
the house has been there your whole life, really.
That's it.
Hasn't it?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everywhere I've ever gone, I've moved back there.
Yeah.
As I said, you know, it's thankfully like I never had massive blues with my parents. So
Yeah.
I mean, I had blues, but I got booted out for a bit there. But,
Hey,
yeah.
shit happens, man.
Yeah, that's it.
But what do you think about Sydney in you know, today's day? Like, we've obviously had like the last few years living in Sydney, like there's been lockout laws and all types of different infrastructure changes, and
Yeah.
a lot of people think the city is completely dead.
Yeah.
But when you look at, you know, at least from one point of view, is where we are at the beautiful Lord Gladstone Hotel here in Chippendale. Shout out to them every single
best
time.
pub in Australia.
That was a solid horse noise.
That's
But
solid horse.
shout out to them each and every time.
Shout out to the big horses.
What do you think about, you know, Sydney and what's happening here at the moment? Because there's music happening, and there's places like this that are keeping it lit.
I reckon I'm in two minds about it, and I would say ultimately my predominant way of thinking about Sydney is I love it. Like, it's my favourite place. It's my favourite city to live in. I've travelled a little bit. London, you know, a bit of Europe, America, a bit of Asia. I think Sydney's the best city in the world, really. And like, that's just, there's obviously like a nostalgia there for me, you know, like I know people, I know how to get around, I know how to survive when I've got nothing, you know, because I know the structure of the city and how it works, and like what to avoid and like what to exploit, and
Yeah.
you know, so there's that. But then there's also like, there's also just the opportunity for shit here. Like, you can do stuff. Like, I reckon there's a lot of people that fucking whinge and moan about Sydney, and there'd be a point where I would argue with them, but I have no interest in arguing with them anymore. I know what it is for me. Your reality is your reality, you know, like lockout laws, fuck, I don't know. Like, we wouldn't be sitting here had the lockout laws not occurred. We wouldn't be sitting here in this pub talking right now. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
so there's a fucking silver lining to all of this shit. Like,
Always a silver lining, man.
so yeah, man. Like, everything went to all the gigs, all the music came to the inner west. I live in the inner west. Beautiful. I can walk
Come
home.
to Papa.
Yeah, that's it. Like, this. To be honest, like the Cross is fucking now a sterile, boring place. You know, much of the city's a sterile, boring place. And like part of, I guess, the part of the city, the stuff that I reckon artsy people, quote unquote, don't like is like the glitz and the glamour and the fake tits and the fucking dudes with muscle shirts and fucking festivals full of dudes flexing with their shirts off and
Shout out Stereo Sonic.
yeah, all that shit. You know what I mean?
2014 was it, Josh? I can't remember.
I remember.
Yo. But again, man, like it's just part of it. Like it's just, you take the good with the bad, and it's not necessarily bad. It's just the way things are. Like I love Sydney. To answer your question, I love Sydney. I'll probably always love Sydney. I love Glebe. Like I think we got it pretty good here.
I'm with you, bro.
Yeah. And I reckon there's a lot of bitching and moaning from people that don't really comprehend what they have in front of them.
I travel around regional Australia so much, and then as soon as I could fly back in or drive back into Sydney, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Imagine not living here, do you know?
I feel you.
And yeah, it is big waves that the city's taken, but like you said, we wouldn't be here now if those were. And it shut down shit that was going bad, you know?
That's it.
We don't need to. We can still party till 6 a.m, just not in a licensed venue when shit happens, you know?
Man, really, at the end of the day, who wants to be in a licensed venue at 3 a.m, surrounded by fuckheads,
Yeah.
like surrounded by bouncers that want to bash you?
I'm out the door at 1, bro.
That's
and
it.
I'm at home. And
Exactly.
It's where it's safe.
You lads created the community for us here. Like I wouldn't be doing fucking half the gigs I was doing if it wasn't for you lads. Like I wouldn't be.
Can I touch on that real quick? Because
Yeah.
like, if you think about it, so we did the good cuns. So shout out our big little homie, Irrelevant.
Shout out Quizzer,
But
Irrelevant.
the reason why 2 Up started was because of the good cuns. So we did an EP, 4-track EP early last year. 4 tracks, and we wanted to do an EP launch, which was here. And then we were figuring out what ways to get heaps of people to come that wasn't just our homies. So we were sick of that. And then we decided to do the 2-song kind of showcase thing. And that was the very first one, which had Seasons, you, Kobe D, Thraxy, Graveyard Boys.
Fully.
Sickest stacked little lineup for the first 2 Up.
Fully.
And it was the best
So
vibe
good.
ever. And that was the start of it. And then 2 Up became what it is today. So without the good cuns and without our little connection, none of this shit would have happened. So
That's
we
it,
go
man.
way back, you know.
That's it, man.
There you go.
Yeah, big up again, Irrelevant. I mean, fucking, AKA Quizzer.
Quizzer.
You know, I wouldn't have met you lads if it wasn't for him. So
That's
Yeah.
right,
you
man.
know, that's a fucking very strong connection there.
But then it kind of came full circle as well. Then you played the last one, was it?
Yeah, the one before that, I think.
So
Second
the
last
before.
one. Yeah.
The 4th one, and you shut that down, and then you won the competition
cheers,
to play at the No One Network one, which is we ran the ill-equipped thing. So
And that was dope too. That was a solid little performance there. That
Yeah,
was,
sick,
you
cunt.
know.
it's
Thanks,
dope.
man.
We've had a good little little run of a year, so it's been great.
Yeah, it doesn't. Fuck, that's crazy. That Good Cunts was a year ago.
It's crazy.
Feels feels in my mind like it was like 3 years ago almost.
Yeah, if not longer.
Yeah.
For me, that feels like a different time now.
Yeah, I reckon I can't speak for everyone, but I reckon I've evolved a lot as an artist and just a human being in 12 months.
Yeah,
That's
man.
why it feels like so much longer.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like it feels like a really long time. But yeah, man.
So yeah, it's good to have you, here on the start of what is a new journey now with the podcast stuff.
Yeah, bros. Fucking, I remember that gig vividly, and I remember afterwards coming up to Lee going, shout out Lee, fucking, and just going, bros, this is a really strong community. I can feel it in the room. Like, if you guys keep doing this, it's going to make something really great. And I feel like I wasn't quite sure if I communicated that properly to him, but I almost said it like that verbatim, and he kind of looked at me and like maybe, it didn't, but now it's something. Now you guys are becoming an institution, and yeah, I'm just really proud to know you both and Lee, and just
Yeah,
just
and
fucking
likewise.
Got you,
Yeah.
brother.
Sorry.
Sorry. Go.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, absolutely, man. Fucking, it's family shit.
yeah, fucking
Really?
mad cunt.
And shout out to Lee Spendlove, our fucking beautiful man over in Japan right now,
Hey.
living his best life.
Hey, with the
Taking hilarious meme photos. You know the meme with the hand? He's like the photo of there's a hand reaching out and someone's holding it going into the ocean.
Yeah.
Like super romantic.
Yeah,
man.
bro.
So funny, dude. He did it going down a staircase in fucking a train station in Japan somewhere. I love that guy, man. He's such a legend, eh?
He's got the
We love you, Lee.
big filthy handlebar mo going
Oh,
at the
he's,
moment.
yeah. Me and Hazy were looking back at a couple of podcasts that we've just been working on. His mustache is huge, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I just got a little, piss worm on my face compared to that. That big thing, bro. He's got a caterpillar. Up there.
Yeah, it's like a thick rug of hair. Like I pretty much am always bearded. Like I don't feel comfortable being fucking clean shaven.
I haven't seen you clean shaven before.
But that I can't grow a moustache that thick. It just doesn't work.
You got a good mo though.
It's decent. It's alright. It's
Yeah.
still a little bit lackluster in comparison.
I've always had mine since I've been able to grow a mustache.
True.
I've just kept it.
Yeah.
And never shaved it.
Yeah, I shaved once. Like I know I've shaved a handful of times, but I shaved last year. At the end of last year, everything off, and it was just fucking weird, bro. It's real weird. It
Yeah.
made me look like I was like in my late teens again.
I can't even imagine that, dude.
Yeah, it was real weird.
Well, don't do it again.
No, I'm probably not going to do it again. I reckon if I cut my hair at some point, I might just do a complete makeover and just have the like 5 o'clock shadow vibe for a little bit.
Yeah.
But for the time being, I'm keeping the mop, keeping the facial hair.
Makeovers with Pompei. I could see you doing some kind of hosting, man. We've had conversations about this before. You were over at my place one night and we were just talking shit and whatever. And yeah, I think you had just put up like a little video of you like fucking get mad at something on the net or whatever, and you recorded it. And I told you it was funny as fuck.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, do more of them, bro.
Fully.
And for a little stint, you were like recording and making these little clips. And
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like just funny shit. I can't really.
Oh yeah, I remember what it was. It was this could be it. Because a few people messaged me about this and said you were like one of about half a dozen people that said you should do more of that. And
it was good,
like,
bro.
I was like drinking a green smoothie, I think, and I was like, you fucking all these gronks fucking, they can't drink fucking smoothies. They're worried about kale. They're fucking you fucking pussies, mate. And they're like, I need some sugar, I need some honey in my fucking. I'll just fucking have straight kale, put some ice in, have some water, fucking drink it. You're a fucking pussy. And then I had like green in my moustache and shit. I'm like,
You were just being so agate. It was sick.
And I think like that's a cool.
So
it's a cool lane. It's like the fucking it's the piss take, like spiritual lad.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
Spiritual lad.
Some days you'd come to the studio with a green smoothie, or you'd come to the studio with a bottle of Hennessy. One or the other.
Yeah.
I didn't know which day it was going to be.
Mystery man.
Yeah. Oh no, gin. You used to say
Gin. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. So you're not much of a drinker, though.
Nah, I like not much of anything, man. Really, I like fucking. Even this is like the first coffee I've had in probably 2-3 weeks.
So you're going to be fucking high as shit.
I already am. I can feel it. I can feel like
I'm fucking beaming right now.
shortness
eh?
of breath as well. Like it's.
Man, you need coffee to do a podcast. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you look back at it and everyone's just like,
Fucking hell.
yeah, and I was down there the other day.
yeah.
It was good.
I feel like it helps my vocabulary as well.
Yeah.
I just like I get more
The
creative.
arsonist had oddly shaped feet.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, I don't really drink fuck all. I've always been more of a always like weed more and like psychedelics, and like I've done everything besides fucking smack really, and thankfully I never done smack. But
Yeah.
I was fucking.
I mean, I hope you never do it.
No.
I don't think you really need to.
Yeah, I met that lad Husky the other week, and I was telling him about like a story of like this searcher that we met when we were kids on the bus, and he asked us for ciggies and that, and he goes, he wanted this old searcher. He's like, oh, do you smoke ciggies? We're like, yeah. Gave him a ciggy. He's like, it's mad. Do you smoke weed? And we're like, we'd all just started smoking weed. We were about 14, 15, and he's like, fucking. He goes, oh well, we were like, yeah, we smoke weed. He goes, oh, you got any weed? And we're like, nah. And he's like, you fucking. You've ever done smack? And we were like,
Oh, shit.
nah, bro. And we kind of looked at him like, what are you talking about? Like, fucking smack. Like, and then he goes, and then he looked back at us and he goes, and real seriously, this stuck with me my entire life. It's still like real vivid in my mind as the back of the bus, dropping little tags on the back of the bus and shit. And he's like, he goes, I bet yous all said you'd never smoke ciggies as well, though. And just looked me dead in the eye. And I was like, fuck. And I
Wow.
Yeah, and I thought, fuck, is that what my future holds? Like, am I gonna do smack? Like, and I'm
How's
like,
this dude just enlightening the youth?
bro, that's it. And then yeah, fucking oath. And then I just went, all right. I realized that I don't really believe in like addictive personalities per se, but I reckon people that have emotional trauma and shit get caught in like cycles.
Yeah.
And I reckon I've had a bit of trauma in my life. So I reckon if I was presented with smack and like actually indulged, I reckon I would be a junkie at this point.
Wow.
Like I had plenty of opportunities to be a junkie or be in prison.
Yeah.
You know, so I consider myself pretty lucky in that sense. But I attribute being here, sitting here, like a free man that's never really done any real hard drugs. I attribute that to my parents and my grandparents and shit. Like, you know, like it's just they just steered me in the right direction. You know, good values and shit. Like, and there's like on my mum's side of the family. There's some junkies and there's like a decent criminal element.
Yeah.
So I was able to like see that from a young age and have it explained to me, and then see the effects of it and just go, all right, I don't need to be that. You know?
Yeah, that's...
And I figured out how to
That's dope.
avoid being around it, but not being it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that didn't make sense. I figured out how to be around it and avoid being.
Yeah, I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, staying away from that shit is obviously the way to go. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I like weed, man. Really, I like edibles, and I like mushrooms. But even that, like nowadays, I'm not really like. It'll be, you know, I might smoke weed like once every 2 weeks. If I can get edibles, I won't even smoke weed.
Yeah.
I'll just take edibles, you know.
I mean, those things fucking get you, eh?
Bro, if I
I'm
really,
scared of edibles.
I can't wait till it becomes legal here because I agree with you. I can be scared of edibles, but when it's legal here, I guarantee you, I'm gonna be on edibles every single day of my life.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Even a small amount, because I don't know what it is, man. Like, there's a period there for about 2 years where I was doing edibles basically every day, varying amounts, and I would go to work on it. You know, but the beautiful thing is you take a hit of weed and you don't really know what you're getting, right?
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's cool if you're like in a closeted environment with your friends, but like you can't go to work like that a lot of the time. You can't be out in society like that. Like I can be, but like a lot of the time, you know, depending on what it is, you can't. With edibles, you can dose yourself. So you know this much does this, this much does this. So like, I can take like a tiny amount, like 10 milligrams, which is not tiny to some people, and then go to work and be like right in the zone at work, get everything done, be agreeable, be a fucking nice person,
Yeah.
go home, fucking meditate, and just feel like a sick cunt.
I mean, that sounds, you know, amazing.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be on that Joey Diaz 1,000 milligram.
Bro, I swear to God, I've done that before. I've done 1,000 milligrams before. I've drunk half a bottle of fucking tincture, you know, like
Oh, true.
easy.
Yeah,
and
that shit's crazy.
Yeah, and just being awake for like, you know, people go like, oh, you smoke much weed, you fall asleep. Nah, man, you take 1,000 milligrams and you're not smoking with it as well. You're going to trip balls.
You're going to
and you're going to be awake.
And you're going to feel sick.
Yeah. And
Does it keep you awake?
well, for me, it does. Like it's what Chippy was saying. It's like the fear. There's an element of fear that you go through, like you would with like an acid trip or mushrooms.
Yes, dude.
But that's a good thing, I think, ultimately, because you're like expunging all this shit from yourself, all this stuff that's like these layers of shit that you're carrying around with you that are not helping you in life.
Yeah.
You might like cry or get angry or fucking go for a run and fucking, you know, like just be like, fucking hug a tree, roll around in the grass, whatever it is. And then you feel better for it afterwards and you feel like cleansed. So I reckon it's medicine, bro.
Yeah.
Really. Like there's a lot of fucking misconception about weed and about particularly like, you know, even things that are stronger, like you were saying, like real strong edibles and shit. But it's nonsense really, man. Like if you abuse it, yeah, I mean, like anything, you're gonna, you know, it's a bit harsh, but if you do it correctly and you use it like a tool, it's fucking medicine.
Yeah.
It's emotional, physical, medicine, you know?
For sure.
Yeah.
What about psychedelics like mushies and
Yeah.
acid? Have you
Fucking
dabbled in?
Yeah. I love mushrooms particularly. Acid's good as well, but obviously, again, you don't really know what you're getting.
Yeah.
So I prefer mushrooms, but I'll have like half a tab every now and again just to see what it's like, and then if it's good, or if it's not, I can judge what it is by half, and then take another half or fucking whatever. But yeah, I started taking like psychedelics when I was about 14, 15.
True.
And so I've got a bit of a history with it. In saying that, again, it's a rarity. I'm not going to be taking acid all the time. But with like I was saying with like edible weed, mushrooms is like you can dose yourself and be cool. You don't have to trip balls.
Yeah.
You just get that cool little bit of a smirk, like
Hell yeah, bro.
you feel that warmth behind your eyes and shit, and you can go out and have a mad night and just have like 2 drinks, and it's cheap as fuck, and you feel good, and you have great conversations with people, and you're engaged, But then you take too much.
Definitely engaged in something. That's
Yeah, fucking oath. I think what it does for me really, that kind of shit, like edibles and mushrooms, it makes me present with people. If I take the right amount, it makes me real present with other people.
Yeah.
And I can look you in the eye, and I can listen to what you're saying, and just really understand you and your shit, and understand myself better. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's substances are there to be utilized, not abused. That's my message to the kids. All right.
Balance, people.
Balance.
50-50.
Yin yang.
Not 51-50.
Not 51-50.
51-49.
Oh, that gives me the shivers, those two numbers next to each other.
50.
Because that is even so much further out.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not okay.
They're ugly numbers.
They are.
Yeah.
Have you got a lucky number?
Yeah. 9.
Ooh. 9's a big number.
Yeah. 9.
It's a sacred number.
Yeah. Yep. Someone told me once that that's my life path number.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think 9 is actually that's the most powerful number, isn't it? Number 9?
I don't know.
That's the last single digit number, obviously, but
yeah.
I think there's something about it. We're getting into sacred geometry.
Yeah, numerology.
Numerology, yeah. But I think it's, the most... I don't even know how to fucking say it. It comes up the most out of any number. Number 9 is just the most reoccurring number, and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm sorry.
I don't know enough about it either, bro.
Anyway, number 9.
I've looked into it. I've looked into it a bit. But they say it's like it's completion. So if it's your life path number, you've completed something.
Gang.
Yeah.
Mike Pompei's path.
Yeah.
What's your path now? What are you up to? What are you working on? You're always working on something.
Yeah, man. I'm
you had
making
a mad
music.
shoot the other night.
Yeah, shot a video for Roland the other night.
Roland, man, what a track, dude.
Yeah,
you can find that on all platforms now, I believe.
All platties. Catch it on all platties, all city. Fucking yeah. So that was cool. I need to shoot a little bit more for that, but I had a lad reach out to do a video for Lockdown with my bro Jimmy Nice as well.
Shout out Jimmy Nice.
So that was another cool track. So we're going to film that next week. I made a video for another song which I haven't released called Machiavelli 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that's just like on some bit more heartfelt, like not really, how would you say heartfelt? Introspective, I guess you would say. Touches them feels a little bit.
Yeah.
So I just made like an artsy video on my fucking shitty old Android phone the other night with that.
Dope.
It's coming along nice, getting the song mixed. So I got a few videos on the way, trying to figure out what I'm going to do as far as an actual release. I think I'll probably continue just like dropping like some singles for a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I've got a concept for a proper album in a bit, but I'll wait till people are asking for it. I've no reason to just drop shit, so yeah.
Let's start listening to this shit, man.
Yeah, this is rolling.
Coloured Noise on the production now.
This is the overdub.
Coloured Noise mixed it.
But
this is
shout out Coloured Noise, bro.
Big up Coloured Noise. That's my bro.
Such a G.
Chilling in London.
Yeah.
But this is producer is Lord Kwan from the US.
True.
Yeah, show me where the building is, and baby, you know I be all up in it. it ain't. Yeah, she get gushy like a river,
So,
baby. I'm fucking with it.
Suicide Boy is the way it's mixed.
Know
as well.
about it.
Yeah, sick.
Ain't no fucking
Dark shit.
Real wide vocals.
Yeah.
And I be fucking flexing, I be eating all my spinach. Yeah, I be on the goody. She a baddie, throwing me a booty. They be really flocking when I spark a doobie.
It makes me want to drive around in a really black car and just look at people super angry out the window. I'm just like looking at them, just being like, you fucked up. You fucked up today just by walking out here.
The style's changed so much, bro, in the last... Yeah, like you said, in the last year, you really put out some flame shit.
But yeah, that's rolling.
Cool.
You can catch that.
Cool
Yeah,
colours,
look that up. Roland, Mike Pompei, Roland.
Yeah.
Very dope. I think it's still playing now.
Yeah, it's still playing, bros.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Sure is. But anyway, that's rolling, Mike Pompei. Bro, you've been killing it, man. And
Thank you, bro.
You're continuing to kill it.
Thank you, bros. I should have a project out soon enough. But as I said, I'm just going to build that up in the background. When people start asking me for a project, then I'll have something ready for them. Just drop a few more singles, a few more videos, do as many gigs as I can.
Yeah.
Got a few features on the way, a few different interesting people, a few notable characters.
Anything you can divulge at this point? Or
No,
keep it hush.
I've got put it this way, I've got a bunch of people we've talked about doing some cool features with and stuff, but when they happen, they'll happen. They're just ideas at this point, you know.
Yeah.
I don't believe that you should push any agenda again for fucking clout. It's just got to be
For
the
sure.
right vibe, the right energy. And to be honest, I don't really like making music with people I don't know. You know, like if I've met you and hang around with you, if I feel comfortable bringing you into my house, then I'll make music with you. If not, I might make a tune, but it's less likely. But yeah, been talking about doing a track with my brother Shadow for a bit. Shout out Shadow.
Shout out Shadow, man.
So we just got to find the right joint, man. Once that
Shout
happens.
out Bass Cadet too.
Yeah, shout out Bass. Shout out all
Legends.
the OD clan. Shout out Perth.
Yeah.
They're all mad cunts.
Yeah.
It's fucking trippy hanging out with them, man. Like a while ago, there was it's a whole fucking hotel room full of them, and they were just listening.
Holy shit, that would have been fucking nice.
But just listening to the way they talk, it's like very the same as the way we talk, you know, and the way all, you know, the boys I grew up with talk, you know. It's like, it's a lot of pig Latin, it's a lot of like slang and shit, which is real similar. So it made me feel really at home. They're all cool cunts.
They had
Yeah.
the most, you know, utmost respect for you, bro, when they came in here.
Oh, mad.
Yeah.
They were shouting you out, big
Mad.
ups, saying that, you know, you were a very good host of Sydney. So we were like, yeah, that's our boy. So.
Mad.
I sort of do. I see you as some type of fucking mayor figure for Sydney. I don't even know fucking why. You're not even campaigning or nothing. It's just like Pompei 2020.
My grandma always said she's like you should get into politics, and I'm like, I know how that game works, and I'm not towing the line for any gronk, so fucking any bullshit industry, you know. It's just not my fucking vibe, man. But and it's part of a game, so
You can be the mayor for us anyway.
that's it.
Local MP.
That's it.
Well, yeah,
Like
you
Pompei.
already are, man, 100%. But you said to grandma, you know, sorry, grandma, I'm in these scrates. I can't be doing this politicking.
No, I mean, I'm a man of the people, so maybe one day we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah.
can see it, man. I can see it now.
So you can't.
But, bro, where can everyone find you?
Oh yeah,
Socials, hit
Mike
us up.
Pompei on Instagram, MICPOMPEI. To be honest, I'm not fucking with any other social media.
Yeah.
Facebook can eat a dick. It's just a
bunch
bunch of people arguing about fucking nothing that don't ill-informed, misinformed fucking idiots. But Twitter, not interested in really. There's just Instagram, man. Mike Pompei on Instagram. Check me out on Spotify, YouTube, all that good stuff.
All that good stuff. More videos, more music coming soon.
Fucking oath.
Shows? Anything booked out? You've been doing a few shows, man. So.
Yeah, I've done a handful in the last couple of months, man, but nothing coming up, nothing on the cards as yet. But
Yeah.
I've been saying yes to whatever I can get, really, bro. I'm happy to get up there and fucking show people what I got.
We'll do some shit this year.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
keen,
we're
man.
definitely doing some
I'm
shit
keen.
this year, bro.
I'll give some fucking shout outs. I want to say shout out to my brother, fucking Quizzo again. Shout out to Coloured
Yeah.
Noise, ADHD, my bro, fucking Ted Attic. Fuck, who else is there? Shout out to Skis. fucking, that's my bro. But day one, bro, fucking shout out to all the old centre left boys I used to make music with. And my bro Peter James, I'm going to make a track with him soon, man.
Peter James,
chopped
man.
it up with him the other night.
Sick.
We're going to make something cool.
Yeah, bro.
Fucking look forward to hearing that, dude. That's fucking sick.
Yeah, he's fucking real nice with it. And shout out my bro Jimmy Nice as well.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pony.
That's dope.
Sick, cunt.
Mark Pompei, Daniel Pevce, Hazy, illeqwip, Lee Spendlove. You're not here. We love you, bro.
Big up
Yeah.
illeqwip.
YG.
Pompei. Whoop.
Listen to this banger on the way out.
Valentino, Versace, Gianfranco Ferry, bitch. Yeah, straight off the mannequin, I'm on a mission to get what I wanted. Yeah, so used to having it, I used to get it by picking your pockets. Hey, race for the hustlers, till I was one of them, I was like, fuck it. Yeah, you couldn't hang with a gang, kicking a bucket, dad kicked me out of fucking home, now it's Pish Street, 37th floor. I was really on a rock and roll, trapping, living like a fucking god. Housemate really moving weight, I was only really selling bud, but cunts blowing all the celly up. My bruzzies fucking with a plug, Jack's buzzing on the front door, concierge wouldn't let him up. Thank God the elevator's locked, ain't no way you ever know what's up. Speed